Tip Tuesday. I am going live. I am trying new technology, so bear with me. I'm also trying a whiteboard. So happy Tax Tip Tuesday. I don't think you can see it too well, but I'm going to talk to the points anyway. So happy Tax Tip Tuesday and Happy New Year. This is Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services, where we are about all things financial, and I am here to give you your Tax Tip Tuesday on this January 11th day. Today, and let me get that baby out the way. I get emails all day long. So, a couple of topics I want to talk about today. Irs Free File. They're going to start opening to accept free files on January 14th. And it's free to those that make $73,000 or less in a year. Okay, so if you make more than that, it is not free for you. It is best to get a professional tax preparer. Welcome. Say hello when you join. Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to be back with Tax Tip Tuesday. And so today I'm talking about the filing deadlines and when the IRS is going to open to start taking returns. Some of you guys may be still waiting on your refunds from last year. IRS had major problems. They sent out bogus letters or incorrect letters. And they're trying to correct all of these mistakes that were made last tax year season, okay? But they are going to open for free e-file with the IRS on January 14th. You make $73,000 or less, you can go through the IRS. And some designated preparers that accept that designation to get your taxes filed from the IRS for free. The filing starting January 24th. So 2 more weeks. And they're actually opening it up before people even get their W-2s. Because a lot of things are online now, they're not waiting for the January 31st deadline. You may be familiar with in prior years, you always have to wait to January 31 before employers would send out your W-2. Nowadays, because most everything was online, you can get your W-2s now. If your employer used Gusto or QuickBooks, a lot of those W-2s have been prepared and you can pull them off your profile online. Say hello when you come in, please, please, please. And if you have any questions or comments, leave a comment. I can see the chat. So the filing deadline starts January 24th. Get with your tax preparer now, because I will tell you, if they're anything like me, I get clients throughout the year, and therefore my season starts early. I will be starting with my corporate taxes quickly. Hello from Ohio, Miss Gina. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to Tax Tip Tuesday, Miss Latasha. Good to see you as always. So today is Tax Tip Tuesday. I'm so happy to be back for Tax Tip Tuesday. It's been a minute. I've been trying to get my business lined up, automated. So I got some systems in place and I'm loving it. Okay, so again, if you make $73,000 or less, you can't go with the IRS to prepare your taxes. They offer free tax preparation services. Otherwise, the filing season does open on the 24th. That means that tax preparers will be able to electronically file your taxes starting on the 24th. So you don't need to wait till the 24th to give your tax preparer the information. That's when they can actually submit. So all of my clients, if you're an existing client, you would have received an invitation to my new platform, my new system. I'm so excited about new systems. My new system is called TaxDome. Go ahead and accept the invitation, create your profile. It's a portal that you can upload all your docs. It is secured. And we can get the ball rolling, because I do have team. Yay, I am growing. So I do have team to help me, and I will assign your return to the appropriate team member to get your taxes filed promptly. Okay. So submit now. And that's why I went ahead and sent the email. I also tried out texting this today, which is funny. Hi, Rice Star. Welcome. I called myself, so I'm using this new text act. So I'm trying to put these systems in place. And I have 168 clients in my tax system. I sent them a text message to welcome them and to let them know they'll get the notice from the new tax platform, tax dome. Why I get all 168 of the texts too? I told the system to notify me. I didn't know it was going to literally text me all 166. Okay. All 166 texts came my way. I think one or two might have rejected, but that was the funniest thing. I've been clearing emails all day because I got them in the email as well. Hey, Miss Kiana. Nice to see you as well. So that was funny for me today. That's been interesting, trying out new technology and all that good stuff. So if you're just joining, I'm talking about what's coming up on this Tax Tip Tuesday, what to expect as far as filing deadlines, when the software open for us to submit tax returns. So when the IRS opens for us to electronically submit tax returns, don't wait till they're open. Get ahead of the line, because as a tax preparer, we want to be ready to just submit, right? So get them in now. If you're looking to work with me this tax season, please go to my website, tljprofessionalservices.com. And when you get to the home page, it's going to ask you to book appointment. Book an appointment. That's a tax prep. It's a free 30-minute consultation so that I could quote you and find out what your needs are so that we can better serve you. So again, I have a team, yay, that's going to help prepare taxes this year. So I will assign your tax return to the appropriate person. And of course, I handle the most difficult ones. So the IRS is accepting free e-file starting January 14th. It still doesn't open till the 24th for everyone, but there are providers that they work with for the free tax preparation. We are not one of those providers. We do not provide free tax preparation services, but we do guarantee our work and our services for the tax return that we prepare, every single one of them, the simplest to the most difficult. So the filing season does start January 24th, okay? So be ready. Do not wait till then. Go ahead and submit your docs ahead of time so that your tax preparer can start working on them and ask any questions that they may have of you to complete your tax return, okay? The tax deadline to get them filed, either filed or your extension filed, is Monday, April 18th. It's normally the 15th. 15th is a Friday. Not sure why the IRS gave those 2 extra days or the weekend to get past it. Maybe because they have all of these changes. So I'm going to talk about the advanced child tax credit and the third stimulus. Okay. So just know that you have until April 18th to get your taxes filed. Otherwise, you want to have an extension filed on your behalf to prevent the fees and the penalties for not filing on time. If you owe, your payment is still due by April 18th. Okay. So self-employed persons, we do work with individuals as well as businesses. And for self-employed people, if you know that you have not paid taxes all year long, you probably have a tax penalty or a tax liability, I should say. Pay it by April 18th, even if you choose to file an extension. Because one thing about it is prepayment of taxes is just that. You're prepaying taxes. So if you're a W-2 employee, those taxes that they take out of your wages every paycheck, those are called prepayments. So when you're self-employed, if you're not doing prepayments, right, then you have a tax liability that you more than likely have to pay unless your write-offs exceed your revenues, meaning that you invested more in the business than you made in the business, okay? If that's the case, then you don't have a payment that would be due. Therefore, you don't have to worry about making that payment by April 18th. However, if you were prosperous in this year, 2021 tax year, you should make a prepayment and plan accordingly. I always suggest to do 30% of your net profit. That may be an overpayment, but guess what? An overpayment results in a refund. So some people think that if they don't pay taxes, they get a refund. No, you don't. Now, there are credits that will allow you to do a refund, like the advanced child tax credit. It wasn't the advance, right? It was the child tax credit. That is a refundable credit. Okay. What they did throughout the year was, up until December, that is, they allowed you to collect some of that money. And the purpose of that is because they have increased the child tax credit per child drastically. Okay, where you normally would get, I think it was 3,600. I think it's 8,000. I'm going off the top of my head, but with my continuing education, I believe it's 8,000 per child. So by them giving you your credit, it won't impact as much as if they didn't move it. So what people didn't understand was the word advance, right? When they advance you money, that means that it's taken away from what you would normally get in your tax return. In this particular case, because they've increased the child tax credit to $8,000 per child, and it was based on the 3,600, you still have a large refund coming from the child tax credit, because this is a refundable credit. What do I mean by a refundable credit? A refundable credit is one that once your tax liability goes to zero, or once you have a certain dollar amount that your tax liability is, anything in excess of that liability, whether it's zero or more, is a refund. This is a credit that comes after the tax liability. So if you did owe, this credit can actually help reduce the amount out of your pocket. Otherwise, it increases your refund. Okay? So this is a refundable tax credit. The other thing is the third stimulus. So like last year, if you did not get the stimulus in 2020 from the pandemic, the two that was issued in the year, so it was one early in the year, like April 2020, and then they start issuing the second one in about December 2020, which some people didn't get theirs till January. That was still considered a second stimulus payment, and you were able to collect that as a refund on your tax return for 2020. Now, if you did not receive that third one, the third one came from Biden. He was in office by then. I think that was $1,400 per person. You did not get that. Guess what? You can also include that as a refund on your tax return. So don't fret that if you didn't get your stimulus, you can get it as a refund on your tax return. Even if you don't file taxes, go to irs.gov, do get my stimulus, and you're able to enter your banking information there, or you can claim the refund directly from the system, irs.gov. Okay, so the stimulus, the third stimulus, if you did not receive it, you can still get it through a refund in your tax return. Okay. Hey, Miss June. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So as I always do for Tax Tip Tuesday, I always go back through what I covered. So first and foremost is Happy Tax Tip Tuesday. I am so happy to be back. And I am Tracy Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services, where we are about all things financial. And I am here to give you your tax tips for today on this Tuesday. So again, IRS, they do offer free filing, but you must make less than $73,000 in a year. They have dedicated tax professionals that actually help in that process that you can go to. You go to the irs.gov website to find out who you would work with in your community, if that's what you would like to do. Otherwise, online, a lot of people do everything online at this point. Okay. But you can get it to them starting on the 14th. But the season for e-filing does not open until the 24th. And this is how much time has changed and what the pandemic has changed. The IRS is actually suggesting that you e-file. So all you manual paper people, it's time to get with the times, honey. Nobody is mailing in paper. That is dinosaur age, and it will take dinosaur time, okay, to get you your refund back. So get with a tax preparer to e-file. Now, there are e-filers that you don't actually have to have them prepare your return. You can go to someone that has the authority to e-file and request that they e-file your return. More than likely, they will charge a fee because the software is not free to us, right? But they don't have to do your tax return if you like doing them yourself, right? But they can e-file on your behalf, okay? Or you can enter it directly in the irs.gov website. That also treats as e-filing, okay? They do suggest e-filing. Do not mail the IRS nothing, okay? It could be lost in the mail, it's delayed, and they don't have the staff on site. Remember, everybody is still in this pandemic, and they're working from home and so forth. So there's less people on site to get the mail, open the mail, all that good stuff. So delayed is an understatement. Okay. They will start accepting e-files on January 24th. The tax deadline is normally April 15th. Everybody know the tax deadline is April 15th. However, although the 15th is on a Friday, right? Normally, if it's on the weekend, they give you to that next Monday. The 15th is on a Friday, and they still get you to that Monday. So they're due April 18th this year. Okay, this is not every year. Tax season is year by year. Okay, and unless you stand up on tax laws, you don't know what the tax changes are. That's why it's best to work with a tax professional like us. Okay, we do accept clients all year long. Whether you're a simple return all the way up to the most complicated, I have the experience and knowledge. Oh yeah, let me tell you more about me. I have over 35 years experience in bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes. Okay, I'm not a CPA. However, I am studying for my CPA license. So I will be in 2020. I claim it in the name of Jesus. Okay. Tax deadline. So you have until April 18th. I mentioned earlier, if you owe, this deadline does not move for the payment to eliminate penalties and interest, okay? So even if you can't file by April 18th, if you know you have a tax liability, meaning if you're self-employed or you claim 9 on your W-4, or have not changed your W-4 from the old version of 2019, I've been talking about this on Tax Tip Tuesdays before. You need to update your W-4. If you're finding that you're still on taxes and you're a W-2 employee, it's because you're still using the old W-4. Employers did not notify you to change your W-4 when the tax law changed. It changed with Trump in 2018. It affected everybody, and they did not update the form until 2020, okay? But you need to use a W-4 form 2020 or later, because they give you the option. Do you want 19 and earlier or 2020? Go with the 2020 because it is based on your revenue or expected revenue and not based on exemptions, because exemptions does not exist anymore. Trump took them away. The advanced child tax credit. If you've been getting the advanced child tax credit these last 6 months of last year, don't worry. I did a live before where I said, you know what, an advance is just that, right? You get an advance, that means you're getting it in advance of the tax season. Most people like that, those refunds, because they are a refundable credit, to increase their refund amount, okay? When you were getting the advance, it could have reduced that refund amount. But because they changed the child tax credit amount to $8,000 per child, you in luck. You still get that and a large refund. So if you have children, you know, I don't believe in scamming and all that other stuff, but if you've been scamming and letting other people claim your kids, you're going to be in a world of trouble now, because guess what? You can't claim them because somebody else been claiming them all this time, right? You're going to have to explain that because they're going to want that $8,000 credit, okay? The advanced child tax credit, it is a refundable credit. If you got the advance in the end of last year, it's okay because they did increase the amount. So you will still get that as part of a refund. If you did not get it, you get that much more in refund. The advanced child tax credit used to be, I think it was $3,600 per kid. It does still phase out based on income, right? The more you make, the less you get as credit. Some people get confused that they should file married filing separately. In my professional opinion, married filing jointly will always be more beneficial to you than married filing separately, simply because some credits you're not even allowed to take as filing separately, but your phase out limits are much higher when you file together in a joint return, okay? Where single is 75, married filing jointly is 150. So your income phase out is much higher before it actually starts phasing out than if you file separately. Just a tip. And the third stimulus. If you did not get your third stimulus, I think it was $1,400 that came when Biden got in office, President Biden got in office, then you could claim that on your tax refund or tax return the same way you did if you didn't get stimulus 1 and 2 in 2020. Okay. Now, don't get confused that some people got this stimulus in January, which was still the second stimulus, because you got the first one in April or around that time. The second one didn't come out to the end of 2020. Some people didn't get there, especially if they had to mail it, or you got mailed the card, right? You didn't get it till January, but that was still considered your second one. Okay. So it's the third one that if you didn't get it, go ahead and claim it on your refund. Now, if you're not sure what you got, go to irs.gov, create an account, and it will allow you to see your stimulus payments that you receive. You can also just go to irs.gov without creating an account and do Get My Stimulus, or Get Payment, I think it's called, and then you'll be able to see what you got or did not get then. Okay, so again, I am Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services, where we are about all things financial. And this has been your Tax Tip Tuesday on this 11th day of January. Happy New Year. I am happy to be back on Tax Tip Tuesdays. So it will be Tuesdays. I have a standing meeting at between 5 and 6. So more than likely I'll be starting at 6 o'clock. I do record it and it will be on replay. So go ahead and like, share, comment. Thank you, Miss June. I appreciate your support and feedback. Please share this video with all of your loved ones because they need to know about these dates, okay? It's opening on the 24th. They do recommend e-filing. That's a big choice to make, but you need to do it if you want your refund that much faster. It's easier for them to track your submissions. Doesn't mean that you have to get your refund electronically, because some people feel crazy, feel a certain kind of way about the IRS having their bank information. Don't be fooled. They got your information anyway through your Social Security number, period. Okay. Thank you, Miss Judy. So get your refund via direct deposit. I guarantee you get it 2 weeks earlier than if you're waiting for a check in the mail. Don't wait for the check in the mail. Plus all this fraud and stuff going on, you may not even get your mail, okay? Get your bank on there because they can find you anyway, okay? Pay attention to these deadlines. E-filing season opened up on the 24th. The deadline is not April 15th, it's April 18th for tax year 2022, okay, for the tax season 2021. The advanced tax credit went up, the child tax credit went up, and if you did not get your third stimulus, take advantage of getting it in your refund of your taxes. If you are self-employed and you're not sure what to do, take advantage of our free consultation. It's a 30-minute tax consultation. Go to tljprofessionalservices.com. We do accept clients all year long, problem clients to non-problem clients, difficult returns to simple returns. Does not matter. I have the team in place to help with the different levels of return, including myself. I bring you over 35 years experience in this industry of accounting and taxes, and I am happy to be able to give you this Tax Tip Tuesday, and you guys be blessed.